Hello guys, this is Vaish. The 2019 analysis we have completed till MCQ number 60. Today we'll discuss from 61 to 70. Okay. So test series for 2020 we have restarted again. It's just revision packs which you can use, and this will be useful only if you have studied very seriously for the last 1 year and you are looking for quality UPSC standard MCQs for your final revision in the 2 months. Okay, so you can go through this. In the end of this video I'll again explain each one of them, and you can WhatsApp us for enrolling. Okay, so we'll go to the question number 1 for discussion today. Today's questions are like a kind of mixed ones, like some are easy and some are difficult. So I'll explain every question taking 2 minutes each. So recently there was a growing awareness in our country about the importance of Himalayan nettle. Okay, they have given the scientific name. This they are doing since last 2-3 years, that they are putting the scientific name, which is usually not by hearted by any student, but still they are giving. So what you have to learn from this is you have to find out some pattern. Okay, like when it is like this diversifolia, something like that, when the term has this thing, it will be something related to a flower or a plant or something like that. Okay, so that kind of keywords, if you learn at least the general meaning, it will help you in eliminating something in the next years. Okay, you will understand when you see more questions, but just remember such things, like what should be the takeaway from these things. Then because it is found to be a sustainable source of dash, so this one, unless you have heard of it, better don't attempt it. Okay, because it's very difficult to do things when it's an ABCD type question. UPSC there is a style of answering. Okay, when it is a lengthier question with at least like 3 statements or 4 statements, you should definitely attempt it, because it will be easier, because options will be designed in such a way that you can eliminate one statement and directly come to answer. But here there is no elimination technique, you have to directly know it. Okay, so here if you don't know, don't attempt it. This one answer is actually D, textile fiber. Now the answer key is also out, so you can confirm there also. And this is not there in Indian news. Okay, if you try to Google this, you will not find it in the last 3 years news item. It was there in a Down to Earth magazine, that too 2017 edition. Okay, that is what you will get a latest one in while Googling. So that link is also here. But as I told, there will be questions like this which you have to cleverly skip it, because you should know that if you don't know, your person sitting next to you also don't know that. So it is okay to skip such questions. Okay. This is question number 1. Just by heart this as of now, and this takeaway, that this kind of names you should have some connection. Okay, because in internet, if you like, I'll show you an example. If you search this keyword diversifolia like this, things will come up. Okay, like maybe next year they will pick up this thing. Okay, so here this again, it's related to a Mexican flower and all these things, and they are used, I think it's as a fertilizer they will be used. Okay, like this one you learn now, Himalayan nettle or Nilgiri nettle. This is like for fiber. Same way here it is written, it's about this thing, fertilizer. So just take away these things, so that if you have it in the back of your mind, maybe it will be helpful in solving some question. Okay, or at least eliminating. Now question number 2. For the measurement estimation of which of the following are satellite images or remote sensing data used? So this science space related question, 99% of the time when they give statements, almost everything will be true. Okay, or they'll give a blunder statement which you can eliminate. But here if you see, it's very general. Okay, like chlorophyll content of the vegetation, greenhouse gas emissions, then land surface temperature. So a satellite, obviously you can imagine that they can be used. Okay, like remote sensing is obviously like they can sense these things. It's like a general thing, and you can go for the answer 1, 2 and 3. I'm telling, in case you need that extra mark to reach that cutoff and you're not getting any other question to solve, these kind of questions which are very general and you can't find any mistake here in generic terms, this should be right. And here also it is right only. Okay, the answer is 1, 2 and 3, and this is based on September 2018 Indian Express article. So you are giving your prelims in June 2019, and paper is picked up like June, July, August, September time. So that is why you people who are preparing for 2020, for you also the 2018 current affairs are very, very important. Okay, not like you should start from Jan 2019 or something, or Jan 2020. You should have the 1.5 year current affairs ready for it. Okay, so this is a Indian Express article where it is about the Chinese remote sensing satellite. Let me see whether I have opened here. This is actually that Himalayan nettle article, Down to Earth article. I'll just close this because that is done. And this is that China remote sensing article, where it's again telling like greenhouse gas emissions, and I think the chlorophyll content somewhere it's mentioned. But that is just a reason why the question was framed, but it's not directly like the 3 statements you can get it here. Okay, so I'm just telling, because this is the things which you when you search it, you will get, see water temperature, okay, oceanic environment, and somewhere in detail it's given those things also, like plant related things that can be monitored, chlorophyll and stuff. So this again, answer is 1, 2 and 3. So the takeaway here is satellite and science questions, if it is a general statement, it should be true. It has been true since the last few years question paper if you analyze. Question number 3. This is a difficult question unless you go and read the forest survey report very detailed way. Okay, like they have asked it in a, they did not ask like what is the highest or what is the lowest. They're asking you to arrange 4 states in terms of total forest cover to the area. Okay, it's not like the total forest. Okay, it's the total forest to the area, meaning in that particular 100% of land area, majority is forest. So that should be the highest one. So in ascending order, you have to write it. Okay, so the here answer, I think it is C as per the latest answer key also. So it is Maharashtra, MP, Odisha and Chhattisgarh. So that is 3, 2, 4, 1. So that is option C. Okay, that means Maharashtra has the lowest one and it's ascending order. Okay, increasing order. Ascending means increasing order. So Chhattisgarh has the highest forest compared to its land area. Okay, so this one you can by heart as of now, but again, as this forest survey report and all keeps changing. Every 2 years, new report will come. So now latest one is 2019 report. Next one will come 2021. So prelims for 2020 students, you have to have the same data only. Whatever came in 2019 report, that will be same for you. In our environment test and current affair test, obviously it will be covered in detail. But still, those who are not part of ICIS, try to Google and learn that. Okay, so this is the answer for that. Question number 4. Which of the following statements are correct about the deposits of methane hydrate? This again is little bit difficult, but the statements were very general. Okay, like global warming might trigger the release of methane gas from these deposits. Okay, like might, so it can be true. Large deposits of methane hydrate are found in Arctic tundra and under the seafloor. Okay, so this also, if you have read, there is a current affair and there were methane hydrates found. So that is why this question is asked. That is also true. Methane in atmosphere oxidizes to carbon dioxide after a decade or 2. This one actually directly you cannot find it in any news article. That is why this statement, this question is difficult. Okay, the answer for this is actually 1, 2 and 3. All 3 are true. But as I told, it's attemptable if you have to go for that gut feeling. Okay, like methane can be oxidized to carbon dioxide. If you know the formula of this thing in chemistry and all, you can give a shot. But else, this is a little bit difficult question. So there was a news item in Hindu, Arctic permafrost. In that these things are mentioned, global warming and this thing. Okay, the first 2 statements you can get, but problem is options are like 1 and 2 only is there and 1, 2, 3 is there. So that is why this question is difficult, because the options are like this. You have to know all 3 statements, else you cannot solve this. So here you should know the answer is all 3, and at least now you should by heart so that it repeats. You should be able to do it. Okay. Next question: carbon dioxide, methane, ozone, sulfur dioxide. Which of the above are released into the atmosphere due to burning of crop biomass residue? So this again is a similar question to that thing. You have to know everything, and here actually all 4 are true. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this also, as I told, this is another article which from 2016, 17 onwards, it is in news. That stubble burning issue, if you know, like in Delhi pollution and all these things, and like Punjab, Haryana, they will be burning the stubble, and then the wind will take it to the Delhi region. And Delhi, because it's inside the land, there is no wind movement and all, they suffer the most in pollution. So that stubble burning, so a lot of gases were being released from the crop residue. So that is the question which is asked, like what and all will be there. So all these are very general thing. But last year when the exam was over, many coaching institutes were telling like ozone will not be released, it cannot be directly formed in an environment. Some things were there. Okay, but as per options, if you see if methane, carbon monoxide and this thing, if 1, 2, 4 you need, then there is only option left is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so in that way, ideally a student would have calculated guess taken as 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's also a news article, we have it. I have confirmed all these things before making this video. So it's there in that Indian Express article, which I think again it's a 2016 or 17 article. Okay, so that is why things which are very generic in news and which is there since last many years, this can be asked. Okay, I think it's taking time to load. We will proceed to the next slide. Okay. And this is one of the easiest question, I think today's discussion also, this is the easiest question, because you have to simply tell the bordering country, and which is a very popular question of UPSC. Okay, like you'll be thinking like Adriatic Sea, Mediterranean Sea, who will study all these things? It's very difficult to study, but you don't have to know that. You have to only know Black Sea, Caspian Sea and Red Sea, which are very easy things, which you should study, because already UPSC question have come based on the border countries of these 3 seas. Okay, Black Sea, Caspian Sea and Red Sea. And here at least if Black Sea you know, you can solve this question. So if you see here Black Sea, we have a shortcut also trick which we gave you, Black Sea and Caspian Sea, because it's most popular. So if you see here, this Croatia written Black Sea, this is itself, like if you know at least this mnemonic which I taught you, there is no sea, there is no Croatia. Okay, so at least that 2 if you eliminate, you eliminate A, eliminate C, eliminate D, and you get the answer. So this UPSC has made it easy for you. Okay, Caspian Sea, if you see Kazakhstan, it is there. Okay, we have taught you also. Now the other seas also I will show you, like Red Sea is very important. Okay, this one we will eliminate Croatia and get the answer. And this one is Mediterranean Sea, which is very difficult because lot of countries are there, but at least you should have a rough idea. Okay, like here they have given Mediterranean Sea, Morocco, which is true. Okay, our answer is 1, 3 and 4, so 4 is there. If you see, Morocco is here, and these small seas also try to remember. Okay, if UPSC asks a question like which all seas are enclosed within Mediterranean Sea, that's a new type of question they can ask. So if you see this Alboran Sea, Balearic Sea, Ligurian Sea, Adriatic Sea, all these seas are within the Mediterranean Sea. Okay, and this is like ranging from where this left side what you see is Atlantic Ocean, and this right side here down there will be Red Sea will be there. Here Suez Canal is there. Here one Gulf of Aqaba is there. Okay, this triangle which you see, this is called Sinai Peninsula. Okay, so this is the connecting point between this Africa and Asia, and Turkey will be there here top, and above Turkey you see Black Sea. Okay, and again right, if you go rightmost, it's not shown in the map, Caspian Sea will come, and here there is a region which you should study. Here there is something called Sea of Marmara, this small enclosed sea which you see, this is called Sea of Marmara, and in both sides strait will be there. What is strait? Strait is a small water opening like this, okay, where both sides are land. So here Dardanelles Strait and Bosphorus Strait. So D and then B. Okay, so Dardanelles Strait and Bosphorus Strait is there. In between there is a Sea of Marmara, and the Sea of Marmara connects Aegean Sea with the Black Sea. So this much detailing is what is expected from a UPSC student. Okay, because these are keywords which were already asked in UPSC. Okay, it's okay if you don't know anything about Adriatic Sea, because UPSC for the first time asked it this year. Okay, but these things are asked many times. You should know these kind of technical things like Cyprus. Cyprus is an island here. Okay, and like which all countries are opening to Mediterranean Sea. That was a famous UPSC question. 2 times they asked repeatedly. So if you see, Lebanon is in news. So Lebanon and Israel are there. Here Syria is there. But Jordan will be inside this. Okay, and that year's answer also was Jordan. Okay, Jordan was the one which does not have a opening to Mediterranean Sea. Okay, give me a second. Okay, so like this kind of things which you see in picture, everything you have to know. A serious aspirant will know it, and if you don't know that, that means your preparation is very weak. Okay, like same way, like here Suez Canal is there, go and find out where is Panama Canal on the map. Okay, these are basics. Then showing you more maps. This is Adriatic Sea and this is Red Sea. Why I showed you, because next year maybe they will ask a question based on this. Okay, so here if you see Adriatic Sea, there's like Italy is the main one. This full one side is Italy, like a shoe shape kind of thing, it is boot shape, and then here Slovenia, Croatia, then Bosnia-Herzegovina, and this is Montenegro, and this is Albania. Okay, so try to make a mnemonic and by heart it. Okay, it's very easy anyway, but try to make this. Okay, including the name of the sea which is here. And this is Red Sea, which I showed you. This is like Suez Canal. This is that Sinai Peninsula. This is Jordan here. Israel is here, and Israel, these cities are there, Tel Aviv and all, always in news. Then here is Red Sea, and here you know Saudi Arabia and Yemen is there on this side, and this side this African Horn countries. Okay, this is Sudan, Eritrea, then here Djibouti, and then one more will be there, Somalia will be there. Okay, so Red Sea is here, and Gulf of Aden is here, and here Bab el Mandab, which is a very important place because pirate attacks happens here. It's a very narrow passage, and important ships are coming from Europe and coming through this Suez Canal and going through here to Indian Ocean. So it's a very important passage for trade, and here pirate attacks are all there, and always it's in news. Okay, Bab el Mandab Strait. This is also strait, which I taught you, like strait is a water opening. Okay, so this is the basics. So like this, if you do important things which comes in UPSC, this is more than enough for your maps. Don't sit with big Oxford Atlas or big maps. This is more than enough. You can solve any question which comes in the exam. Okay, here this see this full big river which you see, this is Nile River. Okay, which like 2 parts will be there, White Nile and Blue Nile. Try to find out where is the origin and where does it go and fall, and why is it White Nile, why is it Blue Nile. Okay, the origin of separately both the rivers. All these things are basics and you should know because UPSC have asked it. Now this one is a GK kind of question. Among the following, which one is the largest export of rice in the world? So this one, everyone will think China, and that is why they gave in the first option also, but the answer is India here. Okay, India is the largest exporter in the last 5 years. Okay, and that is there in multiple news items in the last few years. I opened I think 2-3 articles here. I don't know whether the page will load now. This is a China thing. I think that only. Okay, here somewhere. See, India is the world's largest rice exporter. See this statement? India is the world's largest rice exporter. Like that, I think 2-3 more articles are there, but this page is very slow today. So anyway, you can Google it. When you Google simply the same thing, rice exporter of India, this thing of the world, 2-3 news articles of every famous newspaper will come. Okay, so here the answer is India. It's a straightforward GK question which you have to know. Now this is one of the most difficult questions which came last year because glaciers, location and things itself is very important to study, and they have asked you the river which is related to that. Okay, river originating from that or river at least falling from there. So this was actually attemptable if you are a Vaishya student, because we had a table, actually a big chart in our geography test where I showed you at least 16-20 glaciers and their state names. We did not teach you river names, we taught you the state names. So at least if you know some location, this could have been attempted. Okay, like see here in that one thing which we taught you in our geography test number 3 was like Zemu Glacier. It is in Sikkim. Okay, so here if you see where is it, so it is related to the Kanchenjunga, and so eliminate 5. Okay, it is not Manas, which is a famous thing in Assam. So this will go away. Okay, because Assam and Sikkim, you know, location is little away. Okay, so 5 if you eliminate, you can eliminate C and D. Here options, they have made it easy. Okay, they did not make like 1 2 3 4 5 or something. So with elimination you should go. Now the problem is if you eliminate C and D also, 1 and 4 is common. Okay, so only 2 and 3 you need to know. 1 and 4, they themselves are telling this Yamuna thing, and this which one? Fourth one is Siachen Nubra. Okay, Nubra Valley is also famous. If you have gone to Ladakh and all, you will know it is there. So 1 and 4 is true. Now you have to know this 2 things. Okay, 2 and 3. So here if you see, we had not taught you this, so you have to take a calculated guess. Okay, so there are many methods to do calculated guess which you can apply also. Naming convention type, okay, like this Baralacha and all these passes, everything which starts with this naming convention, it's all near the Himachal area and all. So that way you can try thinking and recollecting so that you can eliminate. Okay, but it's very difficult, I agree. So this is, that's why I told this is a difficult question. Okay, and this Mandakini origin near Kedarnath. Okay, when you study the Ganga river, that Bhagirathi and all those things, the basics of Ganga river flow, the Prayag, Dev Prayag, Rudra Prayag and all, you will study this thing. Mandakini is like originating near Kedarnath, and their glacier names is not generally mentioned, but when we Google, this is the glacier name which comes. Okay, so Mandakini is not related to this Milam glacier which they are telling. So 3 is actually wrong, and here the right answer is 1, 2 and 4. We have confirmed it with the UPSC answer key also. It is 1, 2 and 4. So this Barashigri Chenab, that is Himachal. So that guess you could have taken based on the naming convention that okay, this should be right and 3 has to be wrong. Okay, that is the only way this could have been solved, because it's very, very difficult. And Milam Glacier, which is river related to, it is the this thing. Okay, Sarda, I think spelling mistake, Sarda or Saryu river. Okay, so next time if something comes, you should know that. So that is about this question number 68. Answer is 1, 2 and 4. 5 is wrong. Zemu is Sikkim, and Milam is for the Saryu river. Okay, and Mandakini is related to this Charabari glacier or something. Okay. Question number 69. In India, the use of carbofuran, methyl parathion. Okay, this is now new type of question which UPSC is making. They pick up some 4-5 keywords and ask like what is it related to. Okay, already I showed you water conservation methods, irrigation types. They pick up some words and ask you like why is it in use. So they are here, at least they are telling these are chemicals, but used where? Okay. So cosmetics or agriculture or preservatives or fruit ripening, everything looks similar only. Okay, so here actually the answer is pesticides, because it was in news from 2000, I think 16 or 17 onwards it is in news. Okay, see 2015, 17, 18, all these things are random news items, because 18 pesticides they were telling we will ban, and finally they were banned. Okay, so if you see here also everything is not there. If you see this triazophos is somewhere here, see triazophos, and then methyl, see this one, methyl parathion, but other I don't think everything is there, but at least if you know one of them you could have answered this. So here answer is pesticides. Okay, also this preservative, fruit ripening and all look similar, so you should think, at least make a guess. Okay, maybe then B and C cannot come or something like that, but it's again a difficult question unless you do older current affair, very older current affair. That's why I tell my students, do at least 12 months to 24 months of current affair very sincerely. A lot of questions will be solvable. Now today's last question. This again, most of the coaching institutes told one answer, but the answer key has come different. Okay, like under Ramsar Convention, it is mandatory on the part of the government of India to protect and conserve all the wetlands in territory of India. So this is a very extreme and incorrect statement. If you know anything about Ramsar Convention, you know from India very less. Okay, I think 20 or 25 sites are there under Ramsar Convention. Okay, Ramsar is a place in Iran, and there is a convention for protecting the worldwide wetlands. So India people also have nominated some names. Okay, which is selected by them. So it's not like mandatory and not like all. So this is wrong. Okay, so 1 if you eliminate, you can eliminate. Let me take this marker, 1 minute. So if you take eliminate 1, this goes away and this goes away, but problem is again like 3 is true then. Okay, 3 becomes true automatically. What is the statement? The wetlands rules also encompass the drainage area or catchment area of the wetland as determined by the authority. So so statement 3 is anyway true. They have given it to you through the options itself. Now you have to know statement 2. Okay, because 1 is false. The Wetland Conservation and Management Rules 2010 were framed by the Government of India based on the recommendation of Ramsar Convention. So this one, it looks true and every coaching institute have told true, but now when the answer key came, the UPSC answer key tells answer is 3 only. Okay, so that means this is a wrong statement. Even though it is based on this thing, Okay, there is a mention of Ramsar Convention inside wetland rules. UPSC is telling that these rules were not framed based on the recommendation of Ramsar Convention. Okay, this is question number 70, set number C. I think I have the answer key. Yeah, this is set number C. Set number C. Question number 70. C 70C. So 70C, if you take, it's 3 only. So we have to go take that this is not based on the recommendation of Ramsar Conventions. Okay, so any coaching institute, if you have already given the answer key to students, you people also can correct it. Okay, because everybody is by hearting now that this is true, but it is false according to UPSC. Okay. So that was question number 70. Today's this thing is over. As I told, calculated guess could have been taken, but that statement 2 was confusing. Okay. So I will come with the next video soon. Now those who want to know about 2020 revision packs can listen this for 1 more minute. This is the pack which is actually not the full scheduled test series. Okay, because scheduled test series is over. You have to take your prelims in 2 months now. So this is actually rescheduled, not rescheduled. You will be given all at a time. Okay, like in 1 week or 2 week time, as per the study timetable which we give you. We will be giving a 50-day timetable for you to revise it. Okay, and this will help only those students who have done a lot of hard work till now. Others who have no idea of UPSC and studying subjects for the first time, this test will be simply waste of time and money for you. So don't buy it. Okay, but 2020 students taking a serious attempt this year, you can go for this full package. It's given at 50% discount now. Okay, for just 2 weeks. And this is the history pack. And this is the spectrum pack, and spectrum is a subset of pack 2, meaning if you buy pack 2 you get pack 3 automatically. Then NCERT test, only this one, history, geography and economics. Then geography, environment, science including maps and current affairs. And polity test, where 7 tests are Lakshmikant and 3 tests are general UPSC based, syllabus based. Revision chart and snippet card, from which a lot of questions is going to come in the exam. Then 4 economics test, which includes the economic survey, which is one of the most sold tests this year. And these are all current affair packs. So current affair packs, if you see, this pack 11 is included already in the pack 1, because it's a 12 months current affair which you mandatorily have to study. But the pack 9 and 10 are older current affair, and pack 12 is latest current affair. Okay. Sorry, I think I put the wrong image here, but it's okay. Okay, this one, don't look for this package, it's wrong one. Okay, actually here one new package is there where the June 2020 onwards. Okay, 3 tests is there. Okay, this one is a wrong image, pack 12 is wrong. Okay, so pack 11 is part of your pack 1. Pack 9 and 10, if you want older current affair, you can buy this. And a new package is there where after May 2020, the few new months, June, July, August. Okay, because October prelims is happening now, we included 3 more months. That is a smaller package. Okay, so that you can get it from us. So this is about the test series. So I'll come up with the next video soon. Enjoy your learning. Thank you and have a nice day.